I think all of us at one time or another do things that we're not proud of.
Was it bullying to me? No, I don't think I thought about it that way. But when you think of how much you really yell and you drive guys, there is bullying in there. You're not helping them really believe in themselves. You're more telling them what to do, and you're screaming at them, and that's just not the way it's supposed to go.
I've certainly been involved with making that new person in the workplace uncomfortable. I've certainly been involved with doing it for a laugh and doing it to make sure that I fit in with the rest of my crew.
You know, when I was a young foreman, we had a really good young apprentice on our crew. No matter what he did, he was picked on for it. He was nitpicked on the crew. Nothing was ever good enough. I found myself saying stuff to the young apprentice that was said to me when I was a young apprentice.
I think I wasted a lot of energy on being the wrong type of leader. I wasn't leading, I was telling. And I think that's the biggest difference with me. I lead now by example, and I teach, I mentor. When you're yelling and screaming and you know, you do that a lot. You're just not helping with your whole company. It's not building a family tradition, I'll tell you that. And that's what I learned from that.
I found myself over the last 2.5 decades being the person that intervened. I found myself being the one saying, hey, that's not acceptable.
It was when I heard myself saying that stuff when I realized that the culture had to change in our crew. I had to make that conscious decision. And then I had to go to other leaders on the crew. Because make no mistake, there's more leaders on a crew than just the foreman. And you have to go to those other leaders and say, hey, listen, you know, as a group, you know, this has to change.
It didn't always go well, but at least I was confident enough to know that when I did do that, and when I did say, hey, what's up? And not ignore it, and not turn my head and not walk the other way, that was important for me.
I had one apprentice come up to me where I really realized it and said hi and introduced himself. He goes, are you Sean Murphy? And I said, yes. And he goes, sorry, I didn't know whether I was allowed to come and say hi to you. And that's when it was kind of, wow, what am I doing here? It's kind of an eye-opener on how I was running the jobs.
I think I've learned from it, and I've certainly been a victim of it, and I certainly hope that I can live by those words to treat others as you wish to be treated, because I think that that's the key.
I knew I wanted it to stop because I knew I wanted it to be different. But I'll tell you, the greatest sense of pride that I think I've had in my professional career was the day that guy got his Red Seal ticket. Because I knew he hadn't been pushed out of the industry, you know, that we hadn't failed him.